Why are black women so angry? And I'm sick of the gaslighting because it's not difficult to understand why black women are perceived as angry. It's not anger that you're getting. Some of it is anger, some of it is frustration, but most of it is the survival instinct that has been triggered in us that we have no choice but to sit in. We have not been given the opportunity to breathe, to exhale, to relax in our own skin. And everyone acts as though the way we behave is something new. This is not something new. This is something that we have been driven into. And the misinformed, uninformed, don't give a fuck about being informed people don't even stop to recognize it's a psychological thing. If you go back into our captivity, especially when you start digging into the ramifications of the William Lynch letter, where they explained how to divide and separate us as a people. Imagine how you, as a melanated woman, would have to live mentally and emotionally, much less physically, in a world where at any given moment your protector, your provider, the man, the person that's supposed to be the head of your family and household, can be drugged out of your home and at the very least sold. Because at the very worst, you might have to watch this man be tied to horses and pulled to their end. Imagine that. Imagine not only having to witness it, but having to hold your children while they witness it and protect them and explain to them and still nurture them. Imagine that day comes where someone says you're free, but then you look up and you realize I'm not free because I'm locked in a land that once was mine, because we weren't all bought here. I'm locked in a land that once was mine, and I have to now scrounge and figure out. And that one moment that I get where I have some semblance of comfort and I have some semblance of normality, because I see us as a community are creating these spaces in these neighborhoods so that we can be free finally. And maybe go back to the structure that I was accustomed to. And I don't have to worry about massa coming into the slave quarters. But now in my home, I have to worry about these people in, I was going to say in white cloaks, but it wasn't even just people in white cloaks, because we like to put things on the KKK so often, but it wasn't just them, because it was the doctors, the lawyers, the preachers, the teachers, the children, the grandbabies, the vendors, everybody in that community that will come out for me to once again know that I am not protected. I am not held. I am not safe in my home, in my neighborhood. And then, oh my God, my protector is gone, but at least I have my community in my... No, I don't. Oh my God. No, I don't. Because that's been taken away and set afire and drowned. Even moving forward, there has never been a moment in history since a certain group of people came to this land and did the things that they did to get us to this point. There has never been one single solitary moment in history where we have been able to be comfortable in our skin. And even when we get past all of these big fights and all of these struggles and all of these eras and periods of time that we hear about, not necessarily from history books, but through the lineage, through our parents and our grandparents, and if we're fortunate enough, our great-grandparents have told us their experiences, their stories, the things that they've learned, the things that they've seen, how it made them feel. And we get to a period of time where we don't have to deal with none of the stuff they had to encounter. And we think, okay, it's still not equal, but we're getting there. But in actuality, we're not getting anywhere, because even though we can work and we can make our own money, our men have still been removed from our homes because that's the only way we can survive. And it's been set up that way. So I still have to take on the burden of worrying and not being comfortable and nurturing and everything else, because I have a family to take care of. And even with the men not being in the house, I still have to support them, even if it's overlooked. And in order for me to do my best, that means I now have to get into a frame of mind of being in competition and working my ass off so I can do more than just survive, so I can live comfortably. And you know what? The more I think about it, it is more comfortable being able to not have to worry about this one extra thing. Since they're not going to be there to protect and support me anyway, I can't make them a priority anymore, because I have to make sure my kids is okay, and I have to make sure I'm okay. And I don't want to just give them the bare minimum like I came up with or like my parents came up with. I want them to be able to do just as good as those people that have taken so much from us. I want them to thrive. I want them to succeed in a way that I couldn't comprehend, that my parents didn't think were possible. So I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to get the best education. And I'm going to do it in a world that tells me, in order for me to do it, I have to meet certain standards. I can't look the way I look, even though I can't get away from the way I look. So now I have to do things to alter the way I look so I can work my ass off to provide. These are stop being stupid. Stop being stupid. Stop talking to me like I'm fucking stupid. There has never been a point in history where we didn't have to work, where we didn't have to worry, where we didn't have to be the protectors, the providers. And if another melanated man asks the question why melanated women are so angry without being smart enough to really understand the psychological ramifications, the physical ramifications of what that did to our families and our communities, I hope somebody smack you. Because you're not that ignorant, and I'm not going to take that as an excuse. You're not trying hard enough. And now more than ever, we need to stop bashing each other, because as we look at the generations that's coming behind us, whether they get it or not, we do. So it's not about putting them down, it's not about bashing each other, it's about finding fucking solutions and getting the work done. We're in a period of time now where we're supposedly taking a break to take care of ourselves. It starts with you. Get your ass up from in front of the TV, from off the internet, go get therapy. Find a melanated therapist and get your mind right. Then take your ass to the library. If you're in New York, take your ass to the Schoenberg Library and get educated. Start learning the law. If you want to heal the community, let's heal the community. And it's not by doing things the way we've been taught, because they learned from us and twisted it up. Can we please learn who we are and go back to the way we were? We do not need permission for that.